Hi there, and welcome back. So today, we're going to talk about something bigger than yourself. Um, Hopefully, you feel that in you, that there is something greater than you, greater than all of this. Most of us subscribe to some form of a spiritual belief. No matter what your faith and beliefs may be, we all need something that connects us to a higher power to know that there is something bigger than ourselves, a guiding hand. We have a deep feeling in our hearts that directs us to pure actions. Understanding that there is something bigger than yourself is grounding, it's humbling, and it is very important to the way that we interact with our world. There's a reason why um, we always gravitate um, towards church or to a religion of some sort, regardless of what faith you are. Even if you're atheist or agnostic, you're still believing in something. You're still believing in something bigger than yourself, um, whether you realize it or not or want to believe it. It's one of the things is that when you look around in this world, it is absolutely impossible to look at this world and not realize that there is something greater than yourself that is going on. It's impossible. Just look at all the life that is around you. You know, the more you're around life, um, it changes your mood. There's a whole big difference between you walking around in a city or you going and walking on a trail out in the woods where you're back into nature. It's a whole different feeling. And that reason is that life force. That force, that's life. That's nature. That's what all of this is. And that right there is one way to be able to prove to you that there is something bigger than yourself. Something bigger is going on. When you look at that night sky and you look at all of those stars, there is so much more that is going on out there in this world and something that's far grander than you could ever imagine. But we get stuck into our patterns, into our autopilot, and we also get stuck into this day to day kind of nonsense, the noise. We talk a lot about sometimes the noise that just drowns everything else out. Noise is one of those things you need to start learning on how to be able to cut that out of your life. Believing in something bigger is so important. Having a strong spiritual connection is important for us on so many levels. The more you are connected to the source, the better you will feel about yourself, and the more compassion and forgiveness you will express for yourself and others. The stronger that connection is, the more your life will open up. The source is always there to walk with you, protect you, and to feed you. Our brains are wired to seek this connection. Even those who don't believe in God or a source will still have moments when they feel a connection to something greater than themselves. I've often wondered I've often wondered if someone had all of the answers and everything I needed in their hand, would I take it? Would you? If they had everything that you needed and they had all of the answers, would you take that hand? I ask this question a lot. I've been asking this question for years. I've always been fascinated with the answers to this because the answers are always no. Most of us have been conditioned not to take it. We would assume that there must be something wrong or would expect that there must be some kind of strings attached, so we deny it. Life is that hand, and it is always held out for you to take. Are you willing to take it, or are you going to keep denying it? You know, that's one of our problems. And we've talked about this when we were going over the obstacles. So many of the things that are in our life, we keep denying the opportunities and all of those things. And then that's why those things are always seen as obstacles, because of the fact that we keep denying it, when really what we've done is we've denied ourselves. We've denied ourselves that opportunity. That hand has been presented to us, and we are unwilling to grab it. You want to believe in God or a source that will listen to you, to answer your prayers, and to help you in your times of need. But how many times have you not done your part? There are so many times that we like to complain about things, but we don't actually ever do our part. It's one of those things that, you don't, when you, it is easy to live in a world that never seems to listen. You can blame the source or yourself for the lack of abundance in your life. You can give gratitude towards the source when something goes your way without your control. But you feel differently when you feel that the source has let you down. Stop and think about this. It is still the same source that has fed you before. How do you know it is not doing the same still? This is one of those things I've always found funny in life. You see somebody win an award, and they go up there and they say, first of all, I'd like to thank God. Or, they've won the game, and they go, our prayers were answered. I'd like to thank God and all of this. So what does that really say? Does that say that your God and your source believes more in you and your team than all of these other people that are over there? Because that's not the way life works. That's not the way the source works. It's not the way God works. And I think this is where most people have got this abstract view of what all of this stuff is and how it is going on. God did not make you a winner. God gave you the opportunity for you to rise to that level. And you chose those opportunities. You took those opportunities and rose up to that. God didn't make you a winner. God gave you the opportunities. So, I think sometimes when people talk in that manner, what they're really doing is they're dividing, and they don't realize that they're doing that. This is why you need to believe in something bigger than yourself. It works like this. A thread is made up of many fibers wound together. The thread becomes a rope. The rope helps build a bridge by giving it the strength to hold the weight of the planks or the boards. The bridge then enables you to walk or ride across a distance that you couldn't have traveled before, like moving across a valley or a river. You now can cross to the other side and receive what is over there. Without understanding there is something bigger than oneself, you are missing out on the way life makes connections. You are missing how opportunities exist in the abundance that the universe holds. There are no limits except your perception of the world and what you believe to be your reality. We don't often see the thread and think that it's going to get us across a vast divide. Instead, we take it and we ball it up and we toss it aside. This is the way life works for you and through you. Are you part of it? Of course you are. You're alive. The real question is are you participating in life? Are you letting it work through you to be that for someone else, to let someone else be that for you? Life weaves many threads. They are all connected. We are all part of that bridge at the same time for different people and in different situations. We are all that for each other. That's why we call this program We Help, because that's what this is all about. This is about our connections. It's about us. It's about we help each other. And that's really where this focus needs to be. You need to be able to believe in something bigger than yourself, and you need to be able to see how it's actually working. And not only working for you, but working through you And that's why you need to be of service. You need to allow it to do what it needs to do. Sometimes you're going to be the winner, sometimes you're going to be the loser. And there is no such thing as a loser or a winner. We're all participants. We are all in this together. And some things are going to be meant for you, some things are going to be meant for others. But it doesn't mean that you will not get what you want or what you desire. It's going to give you the opportunities for you to succeed. It's going to try to teach you how to be able to succeed. And so, knowing all of that, would you take that hand now? How many things have you let go because you didn't take the hand in that moment? And that's where we want to kind of stop with that. I want you to understand that so much of what is going on throughout your day and in your life is life working through you. And you need to be able to grab that hand. You need to be able to be of service. You need to be able to understand that there is something bigger than yourself. Too much of what we do throughout our day is always focused on me, me, me. And I want you to start thinking about somebody else. You should always want something more for somebody else than you want for yourself. You need to make that kind of a shift. You need to start shifting in to making sure that the others are taken care of, because then you will be taken care of. This goes right back into that gratitude about being blessed. Those are things that once you make those shifts into those kinds of thoughts, all of this stuff comes in line, and it's going to come in line in ways you are never going to be able to explain or be able to see. It is a thread that makes a rope that holds the plank that builds the bridge. Take the hand. I loved the quote for this one as well. Faith sees the invisible, believes the unbelievable, and receives the impossible. Corrie ten Boom. I'd like you just to reflect. I'd like you to reflect back in the moments of your day and start seeing how there is something bigger than yourself. I'm sure most of you are spiritual people and that you believe in God. And so therefore you're going to attribute those things that are happening to the grace of God. But I want you to focus more on how those things really happened, how that thread became that rope that holds those planks, that makes that bridge. And so until next time, you take care.